Well, audience, you may be right. I may be crazy. But this just may be the episode 38 you're looking for. I asked the players if they would like to do a recap of what they remember happened so far. And we're kind of mild about it, but just as a reminder, this could very well be the last episode of the whole show. Or it could be the start of the most important arc. The second to last, or maybe even last arc. Hard to say.
Start of season 2 now.
There's not going to be a season 2. Forgive me. Don't tell anyone that. Don't try that. Listen, some things can continue on forever, and some things need a narrow focus and a solid ending. All right? Game of Thrones should have ended several seasons before. It should have been mercy killed when people stopped using phrases like milk of the poppy and started using modern syntax and language.
That's fair.
So right around season 4 or 5. If you compare Varys in the final season to Varys in the first season, it's absolutely wild how different this guy talks.
Yeah.
Is there anything... I don't want to pressure you. Is there anything you guys want to reminisce on before we describe why we're making these rules and then make the rules?
Remember before we were pissing off entire regional governments and we were just repoing a shuttle?
No. I don't remember not pissing people off.
Guarantee. Oh, you gotta have the McClay 8, so 4 fingies on each hand.
The first thing I remember is a shotgun being waved in our face and Van-Vee killing a guy.
Yeah.
And establishing the high moral path he would follow for the rest of the game by bribing a cop.
That was later.
That was episode 2.
After asking for the promotional video.
Yeah. I also remember I almost, just for kicks, joined the knife fight after shooting the uncle. And Carlito was like, maybe not.
Maybe not.
Yeah.
Right before he jumped in.
Yeah. It's like, you should not. It's all good.
Smash
Carlito
cut
has
to a
that
hot
dog
dog
in
stand.
him, and he doesn't know if you've got that dog in you.
No, I'm just a young prick that has a knife. Well.
And now we're rapidly trying to see how many governments we can piss off all in one go.
Now the fate of the universe is in our hands, kind of.
Yeah, okay.
We technically did already stop one massive sector meltdown with all the nukes that what's-his-face had.
You know,
Thanks to Johnson.
but what is Minerva? You know, what is the consequence of us bringing Minerva home? So to speak.
Yeah. Minerva going from, I know exactly who and what I am, and I'm here to help, to I don't know who I am, and maybe I'll check with these guys who are both murderers now.
Something I never thought I'd have to explain ever, never mind at the start of the show, was the difference between murder and self-defense.
Quentin considers it a premature cremation.
Oh, cremation out of order.
Oh, that was an open parentheses. My bad.
Or the Minerva talking that firefighter out of executing the terminal patients.
That was
did the job.
Yeah. And then being very upset with Van-Vee for shooting these people.
Mm-hmm. Well, because he couldn't do it with the axe, because Van-Vee versus what's my other name? Van-Vee versus
Vandorn.
Vandorn, there we go. We're not on the same page for something like that, but pulling a trigger didn't take a second thought. That was weird to think through. I had to think about how to role play that a bit.
Speaking of Vandorn, I really enjoyed your conversation with Vandorn. He's like, "You're a fucking monster. I'm trapped in here, and you're doing some shit, bro."
What's wrong with you?
I'm just
Yeah.
I'm just along for the ride against my will, and I can't stop you. Oh, what's that? We should merge and be friends? Yeah, let's do that. Says the nat 20.
I was
You were
surprised.
persuasive.
I was really surprised that merger happened.
That's when all is said and done, there are like 3 questions I have. That's one of them is what would have happened on any result that wasn't a nat 20.
In the words of Brendan Lee Mulligan, around here we honor a nat 20. I'm so fucked.
Emerging with Vandorn did not make you a better person.
Sure, go ahead, roll. There's no way you're gonna son of a bitch that's a 20.
I feel like I definitely disagree with that. I think merging with Van Dorn has definitely made him a better person. That doesn't mean it's made him a good person. But I want to remind you that we've already discussed that in the second episode, he was bribing cops and getting promotional material of his murders. And now he's like a more quiet, thoughtful guy who takes responsibility for his actions. Now, has he stopped murdering? No. But
He's just more aware of what he's doing.
I think that
Self-aware of what he's doing.
he's starting to murder for the right reasons, which are mostly self-defense rather than because it would be fun to do it mid-mission. That's trite to say about him. He did feel that violence was the immediate and only solution to his problem. That I could say confidently.
A number of times.
I think
It was
he
the
has-
biggest hammer on his tool belt. How about that?
I think Van-Vee has changed enormously since the start. But
For
that
sure.
doesn't mean he's any less of a killer.
He's still a young hothead with a gun.
He certainly undergone a bunch of changes, but
He's got skills, and he sometimes has to put them to use.
Yeah. So like when we make this jump later, I'll be piloting with my feet.
Yeah.
piloting,
Why?
mechanics, shooting. Well, he's got one hammer he uses for most of his problems.
Remember the my attempt at the stats would say he should be good at talking and negotiation or something. But then the one time I like tried to talk my way out of or basically like lying about the chameleon armor plating thing. And the other dude immediately know and caught us in the trap. I was like, oh, God damn it. This is why I should just shoot everything.
Oh, you're talking about the pretext ship armor?
Yeah. The guy immediately knew what it was and then caught Van-Vee being like, oh, yeah, you
Burton
already
Guster,
signed for it?
he caught us
Yeah.
in the lie, and he was there trying to get his,
The only way to stop that was to bribe him, too.
Lost out on a couple million. It hurt, but so it goes.
And
It's
then
not like we were being fully honest in the situation.
And then we spent most of our money to start a faction on a planet that we just immediately became enemies.
Yeah,
of.
that was a bad choice. We should have picked the station that we were on at the
Oh,
time.
Minipile. It's like Van-Vee's family's there. It's got to be good odds,
Just
right?
felt like I vaguely recall one or two hand waved "Are you sure's?" In that vein from AP at the time. There may have been some foreshadowing present for that. I feel like Quentin started the game though, like basically the way he is now, which was a character with survivor's guilt and PTSD, and has accrued more of such.
I think my favorite Quentin thing has got to be no matter how many times you talk to a shadow. Now, how many times they warn you about coming in by yourself? The most preparation you do is get some beef ready to sacrifice.
Yes, literally.
Yeah, Quentin started this show as a genuinely happy character out to have some experiences, and
He'd had
by now
therapy. He'd worked on
he's-
himself. He got a new ship. He's thinking, things are changing. Like this is going to be different.
I feel like a time lapse of Quentin would be like a time lapse of the stress a president goes under in those 4 years. Like he started looking young and eager, and by the end, not only is he gray, but the hair's falling out.
Yeah, the Barack Obama, yeah, for sure.
He's much
Clinton,
thinner.
Mhm.
For sure.
Meanwhile, Louis looks the exact same.
Louis doing great. He's got a friend now. He's got Hamtaro too. He's feeling pretty solid.
Oh my God, I forgot I kept him. Shoot.
Yeah, I've not forgotten.
I'm glad someone's taking care of
Quentin
him.
is regularly taking care of Hamtaro too. That's his therapy. That's how Quentin's, getting through.
Just there's so many things I've acquired I haven't used, like that Void Hawk. Glad we got that.
There's still chances we can send that to the station first.
Listen, it's gonna be
Should we
like
get
one of
there?
those Adventure Time seasons where it's like 19 unconnected episodes, and then in the season finale, everything that happened in each episode comes back for one brief moment to be extremely important.
And all
Listen,
that's gonna
that Void
matter
Hawk is gonna save the world. All right,
as
which world
long-
I don't know, but
We're going to find out that Hamtaro 2 is a pilot.
no, never gonna happen.
The dust of Hal Polk. What? Oh, never mind.
Oh.
The-
Hal's dust goes over, takes over Hamtaro.
You guys reading my notes again?
the whole thing that's important was all the people that did us a good service and we paid the good word for it, right? Just like we told Carlito that Brayson's Drone Emporium gave us the oh shoot, we didn't do that either.
I see you forgot to do that.
You tell me.
I write it down, but it never comes up in the conversation. I just forget. Like I even put in caps, all caps right next to it. Still need to do this, and then I put dash. Ship has sailed. Conversation's over. What am I gonna do? Send a text after and say, "Oh, by the way." That's not Van-Vee style. I would say I'd say MINERVA has had the most change throughout, but it's the most reveals and learnings about themselves, I suppose.
Minerva's like the end game.
I also think it's been extremely difficult. It would be extremely difficult to RP what you've been dealt. I think you've done a fantastic job.
Oh, for sure.
I was not like, I definitely said before the show started, like, hey, feel free to fill in the gaps whatever you want. I'm curious what you come up with. And I was asked if there was anything off limits, and I said, no, I'm curious. I was not expecting just select backstory delete.
Your
I was like,
backstory
okay.
is important. It still informs who you are. And
It
even
is.
more than me, you've made it a core focus of who you are.
Yeah,
You're like, I
it was-
am this thing that helps humanity. That is who I am, despite any evidence to the contrary, despite anyone questioning it.
It was a really as far as reveals go. When it was happening, I was like, okay, challenge accepted, I guess.
You didn't delete it.
What
You
am I
just
going to do with
commented
this? Yeah. So that was an interesting thing to try to figure out how to work with, and I've had fun with it. Like, I'm not upset it happened, but it was definitely very unexpected.
Do we want to talk about goals for this episode?
Is be alive at the end of the episode a valid goal?
Yeah. I don't normally allow goals like that, but in this case, yes. Absolutely. Would
The
you
risk
like
of
that to
causing
be your
complete-
goal?
Yeah, it's definitely my short-term
Be
goal.
alive.
Ooh, but what does alive mean? We shall
to an AI. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that's been a thing throughout the show, which has been fun to explore. But
we shall see.
Acquire biological components.
We did that before. Didn't
That's
work
true.
so well.
No. At the risk of causing mass chaos, Van-Vee would like to explore his new ability to exit the body and hope he can get back.
Fun.
we find out that the dust has no clip. As soon as you exit, you just fall to the center of the galaxy.
Ship leaves you
That's
behind.
not how matter works, but okay.
While that's happening, he sees the other dust of Hal fighting on the way to the center of the galaxy is dust.
Would be terrifying now.
It's you, your dad, and an evil
my
version
dad.
of your dad all battling each other as you fall into infinite darkness.
Jet Li's the one. Just
What a movie. You know, the thing I like most about Jet Li is that for the filming of the one, people on that set were like, we would like to monetize all of your moves. We would like to have you perform every martial arts move you know, and we would like to monetize that. And the person doing that was some sort of giga genius who was looking 20 years ahead and being like, I could just make like a new 3D CGI Jet Li in the future. And Jet Li was like, oh, you think you're a giga genius? I'm 5 moves ahead of you. Fuck no. Absolutely not.
Well, while
Quentin's
you're
goal
thinking
is going to be
about-
to talk to a shadow, talk to his shadow specifically.
His shadow. What does that even mean?
The one that he's that's raised his sister. Keeps
Do you know how
returning.
to-
The one that stabbed Van-Vee in the stomach. The one that fiddled with MINERVA.
Do you
I
know
think
how
it's the
to
same
actually target which shadow you go to?
No, the last one I talked to said basically, no, I'm just ringing a dinner bell and literally dangling bait out there for whatever comes by.
And how many times can you use this ability?
Yeah, once a day.
Oh boy.
Like that scene from Jurassic Park. What's the matter, kid? Never had lamb chops before? Okay.
Will
My
also survive.
recollection is that the date of your arrival is July 26th. You both ships drop out at the same time. Cloud of helium around both of them, immediately freezing and dissipating into space. For those that think very fast, like a virtual intelligence on board the Goose Nest or MINERVA, who technically doesn't think much faster than a human, but has 65,000 attention spans and so can individually monitor what's happening, you come to the immediate recollection that this system is under a military occupation, that you are surrounded by numerous destroyers, and that boarding parties are already being dispatched on assault shuttles towards both ships. Like, as you arrive, there's no warning, there's no like stand down protocol. Within seconds of detecting your arrival, the forces of Midapile, the navy of the Principality, immediately begin attempting to force board your ships. They aren't even bothering to confirm who you are. They're just launching the assault teams because someone has arrived. And you can see that there are numerous wrecks on the sensors all around you. And there are also numerous like captured vessels or vessels that are broadcasting like, hey, this vessel has surrendered to the Principality Navy, essentially. You also become aware that Omura 9 is like half slagged. Significant portions of it have been destroyed and are being towed to the edge of the black hole so they can be accreted into the black hole by Principality tugs. The final thing you become aware of is that MFH, the ship of MFH, is under a Free Principality flag right now and appears to be being piloted by humans.
Whoa.
Now, if you want to wait 30 minutes, you can jump out, or you can make a roll to speed leave in 10 seconds.
And the speed leap would then be going to Shivada.
Well, if that's where you want to go, I can't stop you. And it is where we said we were going to go.
I assume that we're saying that 30 minutes is too long for, prior to that, ships will be reaching us, correct? Yes.
I mean, MFH is here.
I feel like we would have pre-discussed something along the lines of Minerva. If you can buy us the time, then great. Otherwise, we're going because that's the only option.
Oh boy. Okay. I'd like to send a ping, see if MFH is actually there on his own ship. Its own ship.
Okay. You send a ping out looking for MFH, and you immediately, like, as you send it, you get hit with a wave of quantum ECM slamming down on you. Like, all of the ships around you, as soon as you send that ping, immediately, like a Star Wars gravity well interceptor. You know how when they put it out, it literally makes like bubbles around people? They literally cover your ship in multiple bubbles of quantum ECM waves to prevent you from sending out any more like AI to AI strict messages. From what you can tell immediately, MFH does not appear to be in control of the ship that he previously inhabited.
Okay.
This doesn't appear to be him signing on with the Free Principality Navy. It definitely appears that they have seized his vessel by force, which is pretty scary when you consider that he is essentially the version of an AI god.
Sure sounds like we're getting the hell out of here.
Yeah, he's capable of teleporting anywhere in the universe anytime he wants to. So for him to have lost a fight is pretty bad.
So we get a hold of his ship.
Okay, are you him? The ship isn't what lets him use quantum teleportation. His core lets him use it. You can't, if you take a ship, you don't become him. It's not like you're a pawn that reached the end of the board if you take his ship.
I just assume Minerva is like the Borg.
I'm you now.
But Minerva, talk to me here. Where
I'm spending
I feel surrounded.
I'm spending a processing point
calm to three of us
on my processor boosters.
Okay.
In case I need to make rolls, I'd like to have a bigger number.
Okay.
And in order to be able to get proper telemetry and whatnot, I'm going to spend a second point on piercing quantum ECMs.
Okay. You tell me what you want to do around here. You still have no response from MFH. Like, you send out pings in the nanosecond range, and there are no responses. He is absolutely, definitively neither on the ship nor the station.
Okay, that's what I wanted to find out, is if he was absent from the field here. Otherwise, I plan to, like, all the lighting on the Hosta goes red. My combat ECMs are going up. I'm taking evasive action.
Of course. Now,
in
Star Trek terms, is this red alert, or is this the very rare, only invoked 3 times, double red alert? That's real. Look it up.
I'm not shooting first, but I am going to red alert.
Quentin would have instructed the VI on the Goose Nest to, as close as possible, mirror Minerva's moves, essentially. All
right, you guys start getting multiple messages, and then one of them resolves above the others. I gotta go back here a couple episodes. I didn't know that you were going to stick around long enough to have this conversation.
Yeah, I thought we were going to bounce as well.
I also thought you were going to bounce immediately.
I feel like
he said it was going to take at least 10 seconds to do the jump, and a lot of energy weapon fire can happen in 10 seconds.
So no one is close enough to you to shoot you immediately, but they are definitely moving to get close enough to shoot you for sure.
Okay, I thought we jumped into a pile of stuff that was immediately.
You did, but it's not within weapons range of you.
Just enough time to maneuver, like 5 minutes or something.
It would take them 11 seconds to get to us and shoot.
Let's say less than a minute for those speedy boarding shuttles to arrive on target.
All right. Well, that sure sounds like.
I think
unless Minerva's like stopping them in their tracks, then or we're shooting back, then.
I mean, I don't want to shoot first, because that's
same.
That's a declaration of war.
And so would be essentially Minerva, reaching out and putting the stop button on the the shuttles at this point, I assume. So
Minerva, just
Quentin,
planting out our chances here. What are the odds that the VI can make this whole double jump with Captain on board?
I have no idea.
But you have a
Not
pilot.
as capable as either of us.
yeah, we have a captain. He is like decent.
That's right.
He's a
You got
solid
that guy.
pilot.
That's right. I forgot you got him. Yeah,
So
yeah.
the way we're
Never
going to
mind.
do it is Jace is going to mirror whatever you do. So it's all going to be on your roll.
Okay.
Wow. Okay.
All right. So you've waited long enough. You get a communication from Lieutenant Admiral Francine Walters of Task Force Yankee ordering you to stand down immediately and prepare to be boarded. After a few seconds, you get that's just like an automated message. You get a message directly from the Admiral live, like not to the Goose's Nest, to the Golden Goose.
Yeah. Well, I'm not in that cockpit. So.
Right, but that's the ship that they know.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? You have the deal with that ship essentially.
Sure.
But that's what's
Quentin
happening right now.
Is in conference, with MINERVA and Van-Vee, I assume, and just basically says, "All right, folks, I think it's now or never." And
Sir,
whatever happens,
do you think we should even answer that call, or should we just boogie out?
I think we should just get the hell out of here.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay.
Minerva, what do
See
you
y'all
think?
on the other side.
You're the one who has the strange ability with navigation. If we're leaving now, then you have control of the spike drive.
Well, all right then. Oh boy, Shivada, here we come. I'm punching in buttons and doom
Well,
dials.
that's the thing with MINERVA. While normally you'd be like doing the math in your head, and then your frail human hands would be moving.
It's all for show.
It's
all for show.
The
literally
link.
your brain is faster than you ever imagined possible. You have the calculations and you have the response coming back. Sending the calculations out is kind of difficult for your link system, but receiving information remotely that can guide you to do something is exactly what the system is meant to do. And so, it's like your upload speed is a little slow, but your download speed is so good. Like the response rate is incredible.
I feel like this probably only takes like 2 or 3 seconds, but like it starts as he's getting ready to type, and then the numbers just show up, and then he changes to just starting pointing, and things start updating.
So you're getting all this like live data coming in to adjust your calculations. In the changes in positions, exactly what the ship is doing as it's starting its evasive movement. The ship in
carry the
mass, the
one.
nano cloud is preparing to deploy.
Okay. Now, I'm going to line this out so the audience knows how bad it is. In this system, you roll 2d6 and then you add bonuses. In this case, it's an intelligence bonus. So the base difficulty for this roll is a 7. Because you're jumping to an uncharted system, you get a +6, so that's 13. You have a +1 because you're traveling 2 full hexes, so that's not 14. And then because you are rushing the activation, that's a +2, which brings you up to 16 on 2d6.
This might be tough.
Which is nearly impossible.
I fully believe in Van-Vee.
You're going to fuck this up so bad. But you have a bunch of rerolls available, is my recollection.
Yeah, I can't wait to see what the troubles are along the way.
My rerolls, I think, are only my diplomat thing.
Well, MINERVA can roll it back.
Rewind time.
Hit one reroll.
Time.
I can give you one reroll.
How many times have you said I'm the expert class after watching what Rad has been doing?
Yeah.
Trying to see if there's anything else that I can do.
Here we go, baby. Ooh.
That's good, but it's not good enough.
I would like to hold the 6 and reroll the 3.
So I have a question.
Yes.
This is a fail.
Yep.
Does the amount failed by have any impacts?
It does not.
So would you say I needed 16? I essentially need...
You have to roll 2 6s to get
Oh
this.
my gosh.
Mm-hmm.
Just for... Even if we didn't do the quick double jump, it would
I mean,
still be like a
given that
15.
this a 13 is the same as a 2, we might as well try to do the reroll. Failing worse doesn't matter.
Minerva, you foresee bad
You
things
didn't carry
in the
the one.
future.
As you're thinking, you're just like, wait, no, that number did not carry correctly. Hold on.
You see, oh, you know, what'd be so funny is if like, as Van-Vee's doing his pointing thing, one of your what do you call them? Your what are your robots called that you take the form
Waldos.
of?
I've been calling them Waldos.
Well, one of your Waldos like grabs his hand and repoints it to a different screen.
Okay.
Where's Iono?
To be
Iono is
clear,
on board the nest.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, you roll 3 dice and you take the best of the 2. So you need 2 6s on 3 dice.
Ooh, boy. Yeah, it's much worse.
Okay.
Oh my god, I rolled 2 1s. What the hell?
Wow.
I need you to roll 3d6. Higher is much better than lower.
We're gonna get it.
Oh no.
Oh my god.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Okay.
I'm sorry for your ship. Whatever.
Can Quentin sacrifice?
Can
Oh, Cade straight up left.
can the other pilot go, yeah, that's dumb. I'm not doing that.
No, not at all.
I was so prepared for my own special role.
You do have your own special roll. I need you to roll a d2.
A D2?
A d2.
All right.
And when
Oh,
King
my
gets back, I'm going
goodness.
to ask him to roll a bunch of d2s. Let's see.
I just get 1 D2?
I broke Minerva's ship. So Kate left.
We're
listen to
gonna
me, sir.
wait a minute for him to come back. Let's talk about how bad that all was for us.
I just rolled 6 dice and I rolled 4 1s. Like, what is that?
That felt right.
And then a 2 and a 3.
Felt like the correct course.
I mean, I'm gonna say I would either rather get a really high number or a really low number. I hate middle of the course, so I'll accept this. Oh, this seems really
Yeah.
bad.
I mean, in reality, the rush really only took us from requiring you to roll a 6 and a 5 to a 6 and a 6, essentially. So,
PC
you know,
restarting. It's very untimely.
I probably need to edit this part out of the. Wow, this is disastrous for you. Honestly, it's. If you had rolled 3 1s, you would have died. So rolling a 4 just means it's going to be very bad. But the show isn't over. It's just very bad.
This is this is gonna be like one of the D&D campaigns I was in where we went through a damaged portal, and it took us 10 more episodes to realize we went forward in time 50 years. We didn't know it.
you know, destiny just wasn't with us this time. Maybe this is the way it's supposed to be.
Oh, I see what it's doing in on your Starstruck Odyssey playlist.
Yeah.
I see what it's doing. So it's doing the episode and then following it up with the adventuring party episode. That's very interesting. That's wise. I suggest that. That's a good one.
Okay.
Okay.
Because I noticed there were 2. There's a complete thingy, and then there's just the episodes.
I need to get the ship list open. We're going to need it.
Yeah.
Meow. Where did I put the goose nest? And the golden goose. I need both of them.
I think I might have them saved. Original golden goose. There's the determination, and there's the goose nest. Yeah. Well, I'll just paste all three.
Okay, that works for me. I might go ahead and make these rolls ahead of time. Because
Shoot. How do you? What's the special combination to paste not a picture? Picture. There we go. That's it. Control Shift V. That's what it is. When you copy from OneNote, it always wants to make things a picture.
Hello?
hello.
Ahoy.
Hello. Okay. I lost power.
That's a bummer. That was pretty funny timing, though. We rolled a 1, a 1, and a 2. God damn it. What'd you do to my ship? I'm out.
Something hurts in MINERVA.
Hmm.
Oh, we're looking at the mishap.
Yep.
We're gonna find out.
I don't know if you heard this, or if you had dropped before us or not, but AP said if you had rolled 3 1s, you would have just died. So 1, 1, and a 2. We didn't die, but we're the next worst thing, whatever that is.
Okay. So
We've been so spoiled by not needing to make these rolls. I've never looked at the table.
It's
don't
it
get
can
it
be
now.
bad
So
and it can be easy.
I now need Ludemann to roll a
Yeah.
D2, and a 2
I
is
did that
bad.
once.
Yes, I know. You gotta do it again.
Oh,
Kain,
okay.
you need to roll 1d2, and a 2 is bad as well.
Oh my God.
Okay.
Okay, I'll take a one.
Okay. Quite bad. Quite bad. Let's see here. Do we have the ship sheet for the new?
I have it open.
The new MINERVA. Can you send that to me real quick?
Sure.
Numbers I don't have.
I've got the
I have an Excel file for
PDF
it.
open on my phone.
That would be fine if you can send that to me.
The Excel file?
I
Or
don't
the
know why
PDF.
I don't have these things, considering I literally made them. Literally, not even figuratively made them. Literally. Oh, here we go. Fleet Cruiser Hasta. Okay. With the 2 grav cannons.
So yeah, by default, 75 power, 50 mass, 2 grav cannon, smart cloud, plasma beam,
And
speed 2, armor 18, AC 6, which is 14.
I need you to roll 15d2 real quick, Kain.
15 D2.
Yep. Yep. I have to make some notes in the process once I see how this is. So for the folks at home, this is really, really bad.
I like how that's all we're getting so far. Everything is bad.
Things are blowing up.
I mean,
I don't know.
we dawdled a little bit at the beginning because this roll could have just ended the show. So,
Good.
and it, by the
I feel
sounds
like
of
it might
it might
anyways.
have.
I think it might anyways.
We
I'm
get a
waiting for like
chance.
okay, so Van-Vee, you
Just
are now
like-
half as much dust without a host. Quentin, you lose your psionic somehow.
Oh, Jesus.
Quentin meets the shadow again, but not the good one. Without
hi.
a sacrifice.
Quentin meets another black hole. It goes worse.
Okay. You start the calculations. It is disastrous. Both ships appear moments later in the Giotto Mankira system in 0503. You literally make a spike drill in the matter of seconds. In the process, the Goose's Nest is completely and thoroughly destroyed. It can be rebuilt like the outer frame is there, all systems on board are destroyed. And I know what you're thinking. Can we repair them? Destroyed. Spike drive, destroyed.
I'm thinking who's
Workshop,
still alive.
destroyed. Here's the big one, life support, destroyed. Which leaves Quentin, Jace, Iono, and 2 adorable capybaras with 24,000 person hours worth of air, and that's it. If any doors, exterior doors, open on this vessel, all of your air is whooshing out. All weapon systems, sensors, the xenobiology lab where you're keeping the tree, destroyed. Tree, destroyed. All of the VI systems, destroyed. Minerva, you have lost the following systems on the Hasta. Fuel scoops, fighter base, your survey sensor array, the workshop, and all weapons have all been destroyed. The 2 ships are literally smoking wrecks as they come through this instantaneous spike drill between 2 points.
All weapons, the survey sensors, the fighter bays.
Fuel scoops, workshop.
This isn't even one of the fun ways that we can like screw up.
In retrospect, we shouldn't have jumped to Shavada. We should have jumped to one of Limitriad or Yotamekura anyways to make the roll here. I would have passed the first time.
There you go.
Wasn't thinking that way though.
Quentin will pop around the dead ship and check in on people, try to gather people together, and wait
pretty much
to see what happens. Because I have
Jace is in
nothing
the
else,
cockpit,
right?
and Iono is in the science lab. Yeah, she basically needs saving because the science lab is on fire, as is most of the ship.
Yep.
I imagine it's a lot like in Subnautica when your base is on fire or when your ship is on fire and it starts playing the dubstep track and the computer's like, warning, on fire, exit ship immediately. But there's like this really hard dubstep track going down. That's what's happening now for Iono. Like, she's desperately outrunning flames behind her as the doors fail to open or close in any way because all the ship systems are dead. You gather the 3 of you together in the cockpit.
Oh, Louis and Hamtaro too. We go to wherever the safest portion is, of course. Yeah. And if I have a personal radio that still works, I would attempt to.
Sure.
Hello, Minerva. Van-Vee.
Does that short range work?
Oh yeah.
Captain, it seems you've lost main power.
Seems like it. That was a shit show.
I'm so sorry. I don't know what went wrong. Minerva, I'm sorry about your Captain. I must have calculated right. I don't know this. Cap, I'm sorry. Is everyone okay?
Now is not the time. What is
Minerva,
the status of systems on the Goose Nest?
It's toast. It's toast. We're toast. It's toast. We've got everybody's alive, but we've got no systems whatsoever, no life support. Minerva, can we get everybody over to you? Can I bring them to you?
I have life support, but if you don't know where I am to teleport to.
Can Quentin, are you within 1,000 kilometers?
Yes.
Then Quentin can essentially sense that he can get there.
We have life support. We have propulsion.
Now, according to your sensors, inexplicably, the Golden Goose and the small bandit shuttle docked in the Golden Goose are both perfectly fine.
Yeah. Fuck yeah.
And I will remind you that the Golden Goose is a salvage vessel, so it can attempt to repair and salvage the frame of the Goose Nest.
Hear that, McClay? Our second salvage.
Gonna happen.
Our
Ourselves.
I am getting passive power readings from the stealth shuttle in the Golden Goose.
Oh, fantastic. Quentin would pop, the survivors up to the Golden Goose then and detach us.
Okay. It's been a while since you've been in this ship.
A little dusty.
As Jace
still feels like
pilots
home.
you awkwardly away from the wreck, you're looking at a multi-million-dollar investment that is now little more than fractured hull plating and burning red wiring.
Quentin's only response is, so it goes.
Jace says, "Hey, Cap, listen. Way worse things have happened. Okay? A lot of people that attempt these jumps never are heard from again. We just got unlucky this time. I'm looking forward to attempt number 2. Why don't we all just get on that cruiser and try to make the jump again? I'm ready. Let's do it. Let's go for it."
Man, it's like you're reading my mind. Are you sure you're not psionic? Let me check. And Quentin actually grabs his head and looks. Like, just looks at him real quick.
No. He is not psionic.
You're not.
I feel really bad naming this character after a fantasy high character now that 2 different people are watching Dementia 20.
And we would request docking permission with the MINERVA.
Well, the fighter bays are destroyed, so you can hook the ships up, but you can't fly them side by side
all right.
together.
I asked him to bring us close, and then I guess we'd chat. What's next steps? Y'all ready to give this a shot number 2?
Totally catatonic. Being in the xenobiology lab while everything was on fire and watching the precious lead-in tree burst into flames, along with all of the science experiments she was running, and all of her data and everything she was working on, and the probe that she was going to send, all of that, like the staggering loss of knowledge.
Quentin sympathizes, but gotta keep pushing forward.
There are no backups. The backups were on the ship.
There'll be more data.
I think I don't know if this is something you can actually do, but Van-Vee would like not turn off, but like disconnect interfacing with the link for everything on Minerva's ship. Like he doesn't want to touch anything after what he just did.
Do you have the option to do that, or do I just sense that you don't want to be connected?
You can't not do it is the problem. That's not how
then he's trying to like
passive and predicts.
He's trying to like
what you
clear
want
his
based
mind
on your emotional state,
and he's like clearing his mind and not thinking of anything that would make the ship do anything. He's basically trying to do the opposite of navigate or pilot.
You get the sense that the ship systems are not going to respond to you anyways.
Oh wow. I don't know how I would know that, but okay.
Because you're still attached to the link. You know things as you consider them.
But
as you're thinking
my
about
act of trying to disconnect.
You're like, I don't want to steer the ship. I don't want to do anything with the ship. I don't think I could right now, anyways, if I wanted to. Okay,
the ship's like, I don't want you to steer me anyways.
So Jay says, now look, I know you might be gun shy here. I think we just go again immediately. It'll be even easier if we aren't trying. Look, even though it'll be a longer distance, it will technically be easier if we aren't pressed for time.
What, 1?
Yeah, I mean, like if we were to assign a probability of it, about a 1.
I'm in. Yeah, Quentin is down.
Captain, what? I can't. There's no way for me to transport the Golden Goose.
In for a penny, in for a pound. I mean, we can leave it here with Jace. I can come to you.
Jace says, yes, sir. Listen, you leave me with a couple 100,000 credits. I'll get a crew from one of the nearby planets. They got a prison planet here. I don't know if you've ever heard about it. I can get some laborers on board. We can start dragging the Goose Nest to one of the space stations, and I don't know. Maybe we might even get started working on it.
All right. Yeah.
I know some guys I can put in an order for a cruiser level drive. We might be able to get one out here in like 10, 15 years.
Well, we'll see what we can do to rustle something up sooner than that on our own. But hey, I like the idea. I like the initiative. That seems like the best plan to me.
Yes, sir. He
What's
sits
Iono
his
thinking?
ass back down in the chair, and Iono's just like, I have to go with you, Captain, wherever we're going.
Minerva, we're back into the hot seat.
I think Van-Vee's thinking he's not trying to think this, but in thinking it, Minerva probably picks up on it because
Oh, I'm leaving the link on expressly to read your thoughts.
yeah. So what you're picking up is he's thinking he'd rather, after what he just did, he'd rather go take his chances on Freed, the zombie planet.
So Jace opens a point-to-point communication with you, Van-Vee, using his cell phone. Hey, man, what's up? How's it going?
What? Not good. I don't.
Yeah.
Usually, my pouting, it just happens. I don't even have to think about it. But man,
Hey, this is basically the hardest thing you can do. And you know what? If you make it to the other side, you have to make a journey to come back. But once you've got that, baby, wherever you go to, if it's a new place, according to the exchange of light, by the rules of the governments in the sector have agreed to, you own that place. You're going to have a whole star system with your name on it. All the people that currently live there and all the resources that are there will be under your control. All right? So yeah, you're taking a risk, and it's a big one. And you know what? You're one of the best pilots I've ever seen. Sometimes you fall flat. Plenty of people have died doing what you're doing. But that's the spirit of adventure, baby.
how far away is he? I know he's called through cell phone, but
Less than 1,000 kilometers. You can also see that he's doing a copious amount of Genghis Khan to cope with the fact that he nearly just died. It has a calming effect that removes one from their bodily functions, so he no longer feels fear while he's doing it.
Minerva, do you have any of that Genghis Khan on board?
No.
Okay, just checking.
Oh, hey, man. Most of my stash got blown up with the rest of the ship, but hey, I can send you over like a bump or something if you need it. I think Cap here can teleport, right? He can just take a little pouch over for you.
Easy peasy.
I'm just not sure I'm ready to make that attempt to jump again immediately. I mean, the more I sit here and think about it, the worse it gets. But
Yeah, man.
Shit,
Listen,
I don't
drugs
know.
is the only way to fly. That's how I do all my flying.
what? All you're flying?
Yeah. That's my secret. Whenever I'm flying, I am high.
I mean, I think at this point, I think Van-Vee is so rattled. He's like, sure, whatever. Cap, I guess. Is this a good idea? I don't know. I need something to calm down here.
It is incredible that a completely irresponsible dumbass has managed to talk you into using drugs for the first time in the campaign in less than a minute.
Well, he hasn't committed to taking it yet. He's just
Okay.
like, yeah, get over here as an option, and then he'll probably stare at it, and then he probably will say, you know what? No, I've gotten this. I had the whole thing planned out. I've gotten this far without any of it. Just because he's done it doesn't mean I need it. That was the plan.
What are your thoughts on this, Captain?
Which piece? Van-Vee's adventure or round two?
Where are we going? Are we staying in system or are we continuing?
I think we forge ahead. I think we got one place to go.
Are we trying to do another tandem jump?
We can't. We got. So you're in the hot seat, Minerva. Do you trust in Iono enough to come with you? She's got no equipment. She's got nothing but herself.
From a technical standpoint, though, we can't even jump from here, right? We have to go back to Quan 599 and basically
that's
repeat
true,
the
'cause
exact same thing.
This is a Type 2 drive. You're right.
Oh,
Like if it was the other ship that got blown up,
we could do it on the Goose.
That
The
is
Goose
also
jump through?
true.
Also has
But
a,
then Minerva's
it's
stuck.
the same
That's-
speed.
Yeah. No, but the golden goose is a level 2, so it could go 3. Technically. But then
It does.
I think
really?
it can
didn't
only
know
go
that.
the number of spaces that you. Oh, because he has Starfare, he bumps it up. By one.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
And we boosted the
goose-
goose drive too, actually.
Yes, with the mod.
So yeah, that's why it's got the 2. So then that goes,
Minerva would have to
yeah.
leave this
I'm back.
cruiser.
Oh, man.
Your crew needs you now more than ever, Minerva.
The
Either you
thoughts that
take
come
a-
to Van-Vee's mind.
you
Oh,
take
God,
a
he can't hide
long
his thoughts.
shot.
Shit.
No, you can't. So what are you thinking?
It's pretty much a smoking wreck already. You might as well.
You can long shot with another difficult odds from Cam 599 or a slightly easier jump from here if you're in one of your chassis on the Goose. Now, Van-Vee,
Quentin,
your boy texts you and lets you know that while you're taking the cane, you have a +1 to skill checks, but you also are incapable of feeling fear, and they say it's dangerously addictive, but he doesn't agree.
Yeah, real reliable. Man, that +1. Tempting.
Quentin would throw into the mix that, Minerva, if you don't want to take the risk, it can be me and Van-Vee there and back again. See what we see.
Just cough sweat.
Well, you can come too.
I pretty much have to.
In
Look,
Mtaro
I-
and Louis, there's 5. We're maxed out.
Minerva's got. I'm trying to negotiate.
So we're trying to find where we are. Let's see.
We're in Jota Mankira.
0503.
We are 3 away from our destination.
We're on 0503 right now.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we're trying to get to
0204.
0204.
Yeah.
Do
This
we
is
want to
what
take
splits
our
the
break
party.
right now to give people time to think?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
This
Friends.
is tough.
We will be back after an intermission with the pressure has never been higher. We failed once. We could slink back into the shadows and spend quite a bit of time and resources rebuilding, or we
What
can
better
take
time to
another
introduce
shot right
drugs?
now. We'll find out more when we return from the break.
All I'm saying.
So that the audience understands exactly what the stakes are. I'm
Warp
not sure I
speed.
know what we're doing yet, but it's not up to me to make these rules and make these decisions. So, friends,
That's usually our plan, not have the DM in the loop.
what do you want to do? So far, I've heard transfer over a load of fuel to the Hosta and then go for another double jump is one thing.
Oh,
I've also heard split the party, which is another, which is insane.
We are trying to convince Minerva to potentially come to the Goose and join us on that journey.
So Minerva the Hosta has fuel bunkers, so there is a load of fuel.
Right. You used
but-
one of them to jump just now, but yes, you do have a second load of fuel ready to go.
But I can't make the jump you guys are trying to make.
Indeed. Actually, I think Minerva has 0 fuel right now, technically.
Oh,
There's
that's right.
The,
You did
the bunkers
jump in.
an extra. But
Yeah,
You jumped
but
in
you
and then
jumped
immediately
in
jumped
from,
again.
Yeah, so you have no fuel. Yep. You're going to need to stop to refuel anyway.
I mean, the Goose was docked with fuel. The
Yep.
Goose could just leave now.
The Goose is fully
Yeah.
fueled.
That's what I'm saying. We've got one shot to keep, continue this journey, to
One
complete it.
opportunity.
And it's the way we started.
Why don't you just get nice and close to that planet AES. Nothing bad will happen, right? No one there we know.
What do you say, Minerva?
Kappa, you sure about this? I mean,
you'll see.
I almost just killed all of us. You want me to try this again?
Maybe there's no one that I have more faith in to make this jump than you. I know you can do it.
Oh,
You got to believe in yourself. We've come too far. We can't stop now.
yeah. How much do you trust that Jace fella? You've been with him in person.
You can see Jace struggling to pilot the ship, to pilot the Goose, at the same time as deploying the salvage arm to grab the cruiser. And just like a quick check of the different masses of the ship, it's going to be weeks to drag this thing to a station. You know, it's meant to haul around fighters and maybe a ship its size.
Oh, yeah.
Something that's like 10 times its mass. Forget about it.
Forget about it.
And Quentin probably respond, can't hold a candle to you, Van-Vee, but, you know,
Well, does he?
he's good with the job.
Is he all there, or is he just like a druggie?
He's been competent. I can tell you that much. You know, I haven't spent too much time with him, I'll be honest. I've been a little more focused on the goal.
Well, shoot, I've gotten us this far without any drugs, but I'll admit I'm a little shaken after that experience. Usually I just think it and it happens. This time I thought it and I blew us up. I almost killed you. I almost killed Yono.
First time. And not, you know, I don't mean that you did it before. I just mean that's been every step of this journey, it feels like. Dangerous part of the game. And we're trying to do interesting things.
You know what? Maybe just in case, Hap, if it's all right with you, wouldn't mind having some of that Genghis Khan just in case I need it. I don't think I do, but I don't know.
Whatever you
It's
think you
awfully
need,
tempting
Van-Vee.
after an experience like that.
Whatever you think you need. You need a shot for some courage. You need a slap in the face.
I just can't tell if this Jace guy is crazy or if he actually knows what he's talking about.
Yeah. A little crazy.
Maybe
Gets you to
crazy.
take the leap anyway.
Crazy might be what we need to get this done. So you know, if you wouldn't mind, Cap, I wouldn't mind getting some of that over here. I don't see how I could actually get here without you.
We gotta figure where we're going, who, you know, how we're leaving.
Well, if
We
I'm
can get that
jumping, no
decided.
matter where I'm jumping,
You
I think
got
I
it.
need it.
Yeah, it's yours. I'll get it to you. Just gotta decide how we're getting out of here. Now, I don't know about you, but the only way I see that is the golden goose.
I do not want to try to jump in. No offense, Minerva. You're hostile. I love the ship, but I do not want to try jumping out of Quan 599 again. That was some tough shit.
Goose is the only ship with the wings to get us where we want to go. You willing to come, Minerva? One more ride? See what answers we find on the other side?
You did say you would help us a long time ago, Minerva. You said you would help us in whatever way you could until I think you said till we like expire, knowing you're gonna live longer than us, something like that.
Just playing that card.
And I can re-roll ones for diplomat.
I don't know that we do role playing against each other as rules. That's a pretty touchy subject.
I know. Just playing to the one thing Van-Vee is supposed to be good at.
Leave that for the Game of Thrones, A Song of Ice and Fire role playing system or Burning Wheel, which explicitly is designed around that.
I would be so bad at that game.
Okay. You call out that deal, and just like a full minute before you get a response. And Minerva responds with, "So I said."
Well, hot damn.
I want to write a program.
Okay.
And the program is going to set a course into deep space.
Okay.
And I'm going to leave my phylactery on the hosta.
Okay. One half of it?
I only have one phylactery.
Yes.
I'm leaving the phylactery on the hosta. So if something horrible goes wrong, I will wake up on the hosta and I've got time to fly back from deep space to using the telemetry, the weak telemetry it's able to pick up. And I'll get in the gorilla.
That's a good insurance plan.
As
the
the
hosta-
two of you transfer over, Jace is still at the controls, and he's like, oh, hold on, more people are coming over, and now there's a robot?
All right, Jace, quick change of plans. We're going to have to downgrade your ship size once again. This here shuttle's what we got for you.
Cap, I could start a salvaging crew with that shuttle. I cannot haul a cruiser with a TL-3. This thing looks like it came out of the 1800s. This is some who's the guy from Star Trek from the First Contact movie? The guy who
Cochrane?
did this is no
Cochrane.
Zephyr Cochrane ship, okay?
I feel you, my man. What I need you to do is maybe go back. Here's the cash. We set him up with the appropriate accounts or like writs of attorney to like do what he's got to do to rent the things he's got to rent, and let him get started in the meantime.
Okay.
He's still working for it. He's still getting paid that pilot pay every day.
Exactly.
And he doesn't have to
Quentin
fly.
will
He just has to push papers and get paid for it.
send a message back to Zoe, explain what's occurred, what the captain's doing with the ship.
So
Say-
a complete disaster.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's like straight up like 1800s, like like ridiculousness, like flowery and
My
absurd.
dear Zoe,
and-
we have lost everything.
exactly.
We are in full retreat.
You get it. You get it.
No, sorry, this is more East Indian Trading Company, but yeah, sure.
Yeah, that's
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
I just like
the-
Civil War letters. They're so good.
I do declare.
I declare.
Yeah, the hosta is making is moving at flank speed
Okay.
into deep space with my phylactery
fast.
on it.
Yeah.
And there we are. On the cockpit of the Golden Goose. Quentin looks around a little bit and says, this feels right.
I was going to say that. As soon as I touched the controls, that's what I was going to say.
As you're looking at the controls, there's a little baggie of drugs that Jace left there. That's opened.
The gorilla is going down to the cargo bay.
Oh, your
He grabs-
hyperboat is gone, by the way. It was in the workshop.
Oh, no.
Totally destroyed. Vented into space.
One of a kind.
And your trophy as well.
But it had so many safety features.
Well, it's intact. It's just that, Yeah, I love
Our
the
crew's
idea
gonna
that
get
it's
it.
intact and it's floating in space out here somewhere.
Oh, my gosh.
A pile
Perfectly
of
fine.
debris.
Accidentally activates just.
Hyperboating away.
The group that was banned for illegalness finds it. Man.
Yeah, Minerva does not come up to the bridge. Minerva doesn't talk to anybody. Minerva goes to the cargo bay and waits to see if the ship explodes.
Cap, I think Minerva might be a little upset I called her out on her promise, but it was the only way I knew that she would join us, which I think we need her and she needs us. But if you don't think we should force her here like this, maybe we should let her go.
I don't know what else she could do or would do. The only thing we know that leads to any answers for her is on the other end of this journey as well. This is where we gotta go. Sometimes people you care about, you gotta give them a shove in the right direction sometimes. You know, she may not always appreciate it, but we're about the only thing that's grounding her in this here reality. What else she got?
Yeah, you're not wrong, sir. And I think, well, like while this conversation's happening, just like in Void Crew, I'm trying to line up the exit vector to be perfect. He's like checking everything, double
You're
checking.
holding the handle 90% forward and then letting it go to constantly be perfectly ready to slam it the last quarter inch.
He's just going back and forth, and then he looks at the open baggie. And he says, "You know what?
Don't let me pressure you into doing drugs if you don't want your character to do drugs.
You get the +1.
But you can get a +1. I do want to point out it is also highly
That sounds
addictive.
like pressure.
So he says,
So just make a physical
I
save.
definitely communicated that Jace was this type of guy last episode.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know, but I mean, given what happened, I think I don't know, it seems reasonable to me that Van-Vee is
In your
open to
most
anything
desperate moment.
anything that could help save the others. Like if it was just him, I don't think he'd care. He'd probably do it. But when he's putting others at risk, it always seems to like up the ante.
Quentin's puffing on a pipe or like a cigarette or something that he's pulled out of some like
So Van-Vee says,
lead-in pouch.
"I'm a leaf on the wind. Bump. Now watch how I soar," and hits the button.
Okay. I need you to make 2 rolls. First is a mental effect saving throw.
Oh, balls.
This
is
to
what
find
does
out
us in.
how addicted you are. Okay. You're not addicted. You have a +1 on this, and you need to hit a 15. It does.
15,
It's
that's
probably not
barely
going to
better.
matter, but just in case it does, you also take 1 system strain.
Wait, isn't the rushing it a +2? You are not rushing it anymore?
Yeah, I thought it would get more
Yes,
easy.
but you have
than
1
that.
more distance to go,
Okay. Yep.
so your difficulty drops from a 16 to a 15.
Boy.
Get your +1. There's no
Here we
reroll
go.
left for you this
Modifier
time, I
1,
believe.
3d6, intelligence.
Okay, roll 3d6. Higher is better.
I wish you'd stop saying that. 2 ones again. What the hell?
Man.
Kane, can
So
you roll a
close.
d2, please?
6 out of 9 ones.
Okay. This is the most important one. But Ludemann, I need you to roll a d2.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
A 2 is bad. Okay. It's no
This is-
surprise that what I'm about to tell you is bad, but the whole ship is not destroyed in the process. Hold on, I gotta go get the old ship. Does anyone have that one ready to go? The fully modified.
Didn't it just get
The Golden Goose, the initial ship.
the Golden Goose. Yeah,
I think that was the first one I pasted in. I think.
Okay, good, excellent. Okay, I'm gonna need to have somebody. I'm gonna ask Dunamis to roll a bunch of d2s.
Oh come on! Don't ask me.
Of course.
I mean, this is your fault.
Gee, thanks.
I'm gonna need you to roll 11 d2s. That last one is a 2. It's bad. It's not. All right, so you're going
Basically,
to
every
lose-
component on or off. Is that what this is?
Yes. It's a 50% chance for everything to blow up. You lose your fuel bunker and your fuel scoops, so you're not going anywhere on arrival, because you've also spent it. You lose your ship
Oh, I
tender
hope we're
mount,
in.
so you can no longer hitch a ship to this ship. You lose your tractor beams, so you also can't carry a ship behind you either.
Goodness gracious.
Uh,
So we have a sensor array.
and you lose your life support as well.
Sick.
Sick.
But you don't lose the pre-tech mod on the spike drive, and the spike drive also doesn't blow up. And just to be clear, so what happened is you jump from 0504, you spend a few days in transit, and then within an hour you jump from 0404 to 0503 back to 0504.
Oh.
You
Wait,
have
no, we came from.
Oh yeah, sorry, you came
0605.
from 0605. All right, so God, what system are you even in right now?
Let me try it.
Let me try it. I think it's where
That's
Oh
my
Jace
God.
Bronwyn's home.
The other Jace. We just did like a full little.
Triangle,
You.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yep, ship is a smoking wreck. You are in orbit of Astapel and Adiana Ayale once again.
Here we are.
Somewhere out there, Jace is like, Godspeed, gentlemen. I know you can do it.
It says they're disabled, right? So like essentially we just have to get like parts
That
to
is
repair
true.
them.
They are disabled this time. The other one where they're destroyed is the bad one. If you roll all
That's
ones.
the 4 to 5 is all disabled, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
And if
Which
you
I thought that's what we got the last time too.
but if the spike drive is hit on that list, so if you roll and the spike drive is destroyed, you're treated as if the whole ship is catastrophically destroyed,
brutal.
which was the problem.
So we can fuel up. We have the spike drive. We're not salvaging right now, anyways.
Yeah.
Just fuel up and try it
Go
again.
one
We
more
gotta
time.
fix the life support and give it one more shot.
Okay.
But yeah, if
Life
we can fix
support's
the life
24
support and give it
hours.
another shot, let's do it.
Okay.
Yeah, we fix it while we're
You
in
spend a
transit to get
negligible
fuel.
amount of money. It's given how much you have, it's really not going to matter. You take your what is now a full junker into the shit into Bula 9, which you've been to before. You pay the station crew to fix the ship up, and they're like, so you want us to fix everything, right? And you're like, no, just the fuel bunker.
No.
And put some fuel in it. And the
Just
life
something to go
support.
from A to B.
And the life support.
Goodness gracious.
And then we try again. It's the same distance.
This is actually the worst part of the show. If this is how we go out, it's just a series of circular failures going nowhere.
Come on.
So we're essentially just
I'm
waiting
not
until we
quitting.
blow up or till we make it.
Yeah, the 3d6s are so brutal. Oh, you gotta stop
They are.
rolling like dog shit. As long as
I have a question. And I'm a little afraid of the answer.
okay.
When we fail and we get shunted out somewhere unintentional, is it guaranteed we end up in a system with a star, or can it drop us in a hex with
It
nothing?
has to be in a system with a star.
Okay.
You can't get dropped in a hex with nothing in it because that's not how hexes work. You know, like
Yeah.
that's
We
just
somehow
deep
end up in
space with
deep
nothing.
Can't
space.
get there.
Right next to the
It's not
hospital.
real.
Yeah. It's not real. It's imaginary. It's
Yeah.
in engineering terms, it's I.
I just didn't know if it had the option to drop us out.
Yeah,
in the
no, it
middle
can't
of
drop you in
space.
deep space. So, I mean, essentially anything that doesn't have a gravity well in it doesn't exist in spike drive space,
Right.
which brings up all kinds of strange implications.
Come on, buddy.
Okay, one more roll, Van-Vee. You could also
Quentin,
pick up some
like,
more illegal
was gonna
drugs if you'd like to get out of space.
Throw a sacrifice at the wall here and like call out to the shadow for
Sure.
help.
Sure. All right.
I'm getting more Genghis Kane, I think, after that.
I would like you to roll 2d6 for no particular reason. Quentin.
Me or Ludemann?
Quentin.
The captain. He's trying to see if the shadows might be able to get us there or help us get there.
You reach out, you throw some sacrifices at the wall. You feel something in the room with you in the captain's quarters on the ship. You can hear people outside repairing the ship. You know, you hear like riveting noises and like blow torches, but the air gets still and cold. And you hear a voice, you kind of recognize it. It feels like it's far away, and you hear it say, I recognize you. We met before once long ago. Do you know me?
Did Quentin recognize the voice?
It's so distant, so far away.
What's your name?
Samuel?
Samuel. Oh. I did meet you once.
We met before. I warned you about the Tenthers. That was a long time ago. A long, long time ago.
I met one.
But you're still alive.
Still alive. I'm trying to get
Well,
farther on my journey. Trying to get to the place where all things meet.
I'm there. I'm there now. Many of us are. We can't
Can
leave.
you light the way?
I can try, but I'm not sure you should come here anymore. There's something here in the darkness. It's taking us. It's taking things. It's gathering.
Does it have a name?
Does. Calls itself Alpha.
If I can help, I will. Try to light the way.
There's someone here. He's like you. But she's here. Not like you now. She's here with me in reality.
Is it Penelope?
I do not know its name. It could be. It is like you. A zeroth.
If you can help her like you helped me once, please try. I'm coming.
I will see what we can do, but I fear that we will be punished if we try. You should come soon. This is awkward. I thought it would fade away,
Hey,
but it's going
Hey.
so slowly.
just keeps happening. Light the way. Yeah, Quentin fades.
I like that you fade rather than the other person. So good. Leaving him alone. Okay. Okay. Van-Vee, are you doing a drug run?
Yes.
Okay. You go on board Bula 9. You, of course, cannot wear any armor, but if you want to bring your gun, you can.
I think given the situation, I will take the hidden armor off that I usually have on.
Okay.
Just to avoid any conflict.
You find that the Trinity Corporate Alliance is no longer hiding. They make no attempt to hide the fact that they are openly selling drugs in the corridor of the station. And perhaps even more surprising is that they're opening up what are basically like pharmacies. They've gone fully legitimate. And when you walk in, someone sees you and says, Mr. Vandorn, you're a friend of our boss, President Sinistra. We've got you on the preferred clients list. Were you looking for something special? We have a back room with a unique selection of pre-approved prescriptions for men like you.
Well, I am looking for something specific. You got any that Genghis Khan to go?
Let's go to the back room to see what we have available for you, shall we?
Right. Yeah, of course. Sorry, I just thought, my bad.
When you get back there, it is still clean, almost sterile in a way. A combination of a hospital and a pharmacy. where people are just doling out pills and someone hands you the new liquid tablet version of Genghis Khan.
Oh, all right. Well, this is different. Okay.
I understand that this is your first attempt on this. We have a client policy of the first time is free. But if you'd like to pre-order up to 100 pills, we're offering a 5% discount.
If everything goes really well, I should only need one more. So can I
They
get
smile at you as if they've heard that before. Like, yeah. Okay.
Of
So
course.
I just need two, and I appreciate this first one. Taking care of, what'd you call me? A friend
Your
of
preferred
Carlito.
customer. Yeah.
Yeah. How much would it? I guess what's the minimum pack you sell of it? Just give me that.
There's no need for that, sir. You enjoy your first time. Make sure that you drink plenty of water and that you're surrounded by good friends that you trust.
That's right. I wasn't hydrated last. Yep. You got it. Thank you.
Would you like some liquid hydration tablets? We have those as well. They're filled with all the salts, amino acids, magnesium, potassium, electrolytes, everything your body needs to recover from a long day of work.
You know what? Sure. Let's do that. Yep. Absolutely. I need to be ready.
That's just 10 credits over the counter.
Yeah. I'll
For
give
like
20.
a 10 pack. Yeah. Just a powder you put in some water and it turns it into a sports drink.
Perfect. I honestly don't even know what tab is where I put money. There it is. Holy crap. Did you put my balance that high?
I mean,
we have a lot of money.
I was used to it being like in the hundreds. This is
I
way
see it's
more.
been a while since you've checked your own bank account.
Yeah. That's what I don't even know what that is. All right. I gave 20. So that is less than a 0.1% change.
You're
Back on board, get high, and try again.
Yeah. This time I take liquid pill form.
So
After
the
hydrating a
navigators begin.
Hydrated.
okay. You have a +2 to this roll and you need a 15.
Ooh. 3d6
However, I
plus
also
2.
need you to make a mental effect save again. And you have a -1 on this because you're doing more Genghis Khan so soon after doing the first load. So I believe you'll need a 7 or higher.
Oh. That -1 did it.
Oh,
Maybe got a
boy.
mic jittery.
You're an
Exactly.
addict.
Let's see. How big was the smallest pack they gave me?
Oh, it was just one.
Oh,
Don't worry.
what?
This will come up later.
I specifically asked for one to make the return trip too, though, and she said,
Oh, okay. Yeah, sure. They'll give you a second packet. You'll go through it quick.
"Nice."
Time
Definitely
for
not
that
going to use
roll
it
with
on the
your
return
plus
trip.
2. Let's see if your addiction was worth it.
Yeah. I got the low roll out of the way, though.
Oh my God, it's getting worse.
What?
3 twos? Like, what the hell?
Each time.
I need to refresh my browser.
I'm sure that's how that works.
Yeah, there it is. There. Reset your random number generator.
Delete all cash.
Kane, I'm going to ask you to roll the 3d6 this time on the assumption that you can roll higher than a 5.
Please do.
You don't know me.
Okay. We're in business. Something
6
happens that
show off.
isn't your ship fucking blows
Something new. That's my favorite. I like new things.
Show off rolling 3d6 with
up. 14?
Skill.
Yeah. Look at this guy. You're malding so hard over it.
dice rolling. Isn't my
Get
thing.
another try.
Like if this was a 3d6 two highest, it would have been a 10.
Okay. You get to roll again.
I do.
No.
Or he does.
The pilot.
Pilot rolls again immediately. You get all your bonuses because it happens right now. So you're still rolling in a +2.
Noticed. Ooh.
All right, Ludemann, I'd like you to roll 3d6 this time.
Oh, damn.
We can't let Dunamis roll dice, is the thing. Okay, 11.
What does that do?
So
All right.
the
We're
jump
still trying.
starts. The jump starts. You are in transit. You are between spaces. Dude, now it's very bad if you fail because you have no idea where you are or where you will come out at.
I love
You
this.
spend so you're traveling at speed 4 and you're going 4th day. So you spend 6 days in pilot, and at the end of that 6 days, GMS, you're like, I don't know where we are. We should be coming out and we are not. And you have to make another piloting roll here, and you are like,
Wait,
you just feel that
I think that's enough time
liquid
for.
tab in
I
your
take
pocket.
another.
There's not one for the return trip if you take it now.
You said I'm
no.
addicted, aren't I?
Hey, if this is how you want to play being addicted, I approve, but I'm not making you do this.
No, but
Okay. You pop
I
it.
do feel-
You have a +2. I want to say that second +1 that you have, you almost feel as if your destination is trying to come to you. Like you feel as if the currents of the space around you are trying to push you down a path, and you're trying to reach that path, and it's just that you're being buffeted around like by winds. But something on the far side is aligning itself to try to get you back in.
And my dice say
I'm trying to remember.
Jesus Christ. Is this the 5th or 6th attempt?
this is.
It was 3 this
3,
jump,
4.
and then we had the 2
Yeah.
failed before. This is the
What was
5th?
the target number
This time it was 15.
Yeah, so good thing I did take the second pill.
Mm.
I'm not mean.
On our way.
Well, let's see what the destination lottery is.
I don't know, guys. I really thought we were supposed to come out of space by now. I don't know
We're gonna
where
get
we
there.
are. Also, I'm not feeling too good. I'm going into withdrawal.
Oh no.
I mean, you're high right now, aren't you?
A little bit.
August
Yeah,
9th, you appear out of the darkness. You are in orbit of 2 stars. One is very close to you. The other is very far away, but you can tell that the 2 stars are orbiting each other. And your astronavigation system says that they will collide sometime in the next few million years. You are
Okay.
in orbit of the Shivada system. You detect that the planet Sais is here. You also see that there are about 200 wrecks or abandoned salvage scraps of other adventurers who have made this jump like you and blew up on arrival. Iono sends you quietly. She doesn't say anything, but she sends you the sensor logs of people who've like arrived, popped a exchange of light, like, oh, hey, I'm gonna claim this system in the name of my company or in my name. And then you've never heard of these people because they never made the jump back.
Mm.
You also sense that there is a truly massive space station in orbit of Sais that is surrounded by numerous storms. So at first, your sensors think it's just one storm of debris orbiting around it. But that storm of debris covers like a band around it. And as your sensors begin to penetrate, there are other bands moving in different directions. You sense a ship that is nearly identical to the Hasta. Original specs parked at the space station.
Intact.
Spike drive level 6, fully loaded with pre-tech, 50% heavier than it should be, completely intact.
Is Minerva
I
still in the cargo hold? Or did you come up for this?
I mean, I can control the ship systems from the cargo hold.
I'm not done yet. You also get a message, very briefly, that says, in Latin, God help me, please. And that message repeats every few seconds. And finally, you receive an open communication from the RVS Shamu. Boop, boop.
RVS Shamu.
Boop, boop.
Cap, should I?
Do we know which of these ships out here is the RVS Shamu?
You don't detect any ships out here, but you are receiving a message from the RVS Shamu.
Should I open it, Cap?
They know we're here, so I guess we might as well say hello.
On screen, bang.
You open the on screen. What you see is like pure 1960s, 70s shag carpeting, like a captain's seat in the center of a Star Trek style bridge, but again, shag carpeting, wet walls that kind of pulsate as if they're living. You see a humanoid anthropomorphic otter that is talking to himself, saying, Captain's log, space day, August 9th, 3200. The ship is refusing our hails. Ah, I see. As you look at this bridge that appears to be made of living flesh, talking to an anthropomorphic otter person, you can also see that there is a anthropomorphic fox, dog, and a like snake with arms on the bridge. And you're pretty sure that while Van-Vee might have been on drugs lately, MINERVA can't get high.
This is a
Greetings.
new one.
I'm Sailing Master Otto of the RVS Shamu.
Sailing Master Otto. Where might y'all be?
I see. Our ship is not metallic. It is a person. It is a animal. So your sensors may not be picking it up correctly. We're on the second of our 5-year mission of scientific inquiry here. You appear to be, and the fox creature nearby says, yes, that's right, Sailing Master. They appear to be baseline mandate humans. As you can see, they are capable of speaking mandate. Sidebar, Captain. And the fox, the snake, and the otter all go to the side of the bridge, still openly talking way loud enough for you to hear, and begin having a conversation about how weird it is that you're all humans.
Quentin looks at Van-Vee. He's like, this is happening.
I would like to send an AI encrypted Imago Dei prayer.
Yeah.
To the cruiser.
Okay.
And see if there's a response or change in transmission.
I would like you to make a mental effect saving throw.
Show off.
You are rapidly coming to a conclusion that MINERVA has not had to face yet. MINERVA is not designed to fly a ship. I know that you believe that that's your core principle, but you know that you've been programmed to believe that. You also know that your actual true principle is to infiltrate humanity on behalf of an unknown entity. And that you're now realizing they made you want to be in a cruiser, not just any cruiser, in the specific cruiser that you were found in. But that this ship is close enough that you also feel quite comfortable with it. Now, the ship is turned off. It is fully fueled and ready to go. There is nothing exteriorly wrong with it. And now that you're focusing in on that signal, you're noticing that the mandate naval facility here has like dozens of ships, cruisers, destroyers, frigates, all like 100+ fighters. All of these things are 100% good to go, fully ready to fly. They just need to be turned on inside. Like someone needs to go inside and physically connect the crystal rod and turn the engines on. This is a naval arsenal. And it's at that point you finally, through the wave of horrifying debris outside, detect that this is the Yamamoto Isoroku Naval Reserve Cache Alpha Joint Fleet Base Mandate Naval Reserve / Psionic Academy.
Is the station itself powered up, or is the station also
The station
powered up?
has power, and that is where the signal is coming from. That is sending a prayer in Latin.
I would like to try and see if I can connect to any computer cores, look for data.
Unlike the ships, the station appears to be in a bad shape. Power is intermittent and sporadic, and you think that might be part of the reason why you're getting the message every few seconds is because it's playing immediately every time the station starts back up.
Okay.
Quentin would like to ask Captain Otto.
It's
if he
Sailing
has-
Master Otto, thank you.
Sailing Master Otto. Shoot, I mean, it seems like y'all have been here quite a while.
2 years, yes.
2 years. Would you mind giving me a rundown of the system and what you've seen in that time frame? I mean, if you don't mind sharing.
He waddles over to his chair, his little otter tail looking adorable, as he folds his hand behind his back and says, "Of course, Captain, I would be glad to share what I know with you. This is a system of
appreciated.
Primitive. The planet Says is home to a low technology species of, it would be difficult to call them even mandate level humans, but their genetic code has not been altered by the gift. My understanding is that they worship their tools. They believe that tools contain some sort of automotive intelligence of some kind, capable of thinking and feeling. We have those sort of things in our legends as well, but we don't make a religion out of it. That's ridiculous. A thinking machine. We are, of course, from the nearby Ruda system. Your star maps should bring it in as 0104, assuming you are using old mandate charts. We arrived here 2 years ago, I would say. He turns toward the fox who nods. The journey, of course, took much longer temporally due to our approach to both suns at a significant fraction of the speed of light. By the time we return, our children should long be dead, but this science expedition has gathered quite a bit of information. And we all knew what we were signing up for when we came here. We are the first generation of a wave of explorers.
No spike drive.
Yes, you call them drill drives. Yes, something along those lines. No, we made the transit aboard Shamu. She willingly chose this life.
Van-Vee, can you get a visual on this thing?
I think Van-Vee is like drooling, staring at the screen, trying to figure out how the Discovery Channel is talking to him. And then at the same time, he's probably got his hand on Louis, just like calming him.
You can see now that you're following the electromagnetic wave coming from the communication
Heat signature.
There is a heat signature shaped like a giant manta ray that is shooting out plumes of gas at maneuvering jets in orbit of the planet.
Get scans and pictures of this thing. Holy hell. Sailing Master Otto, I have never seen anything like this in my entire life.
Well, we've never seen anything like that object behind you. And he points to Louis.
Oh.
Which is...
Would you mind sending us its genetic code? I'm sure that back home, several people would be willing to gift into it.
You've been, super obliging to share information
We're
with me. I'd be
peaceful
happy
explorers, just like you, right?
to. Exactly. That's why we're here.
I feel like it would be dramatic at this point if the box cycled the airlock.
Like Transformers, I want to assume there's lots of flashing lights and just grinding motions.
But was thinking it would be dramatically appropriate if the airlock on our ship cycled and the box launched itself towards the station.
I want to be extremely clear that there are multiple waves of debris, deadly debris, surrounding the station. That it is truly a
That was
series
the
of
storms you were
that will-
describing. Like,
Yes,
yeah.
yes. If you launch yourself towards the station, it is near certain death without a expert pilot to make your way through it. Now, you could still do this, Kain. I'm not going to stop you. It would be insane.
So I'm wondering if there's like, if I could try to run some sort of, because I'm not putting the core in the box, I'm remote controlling the box.
Okay. So,
If
Bob,
there's
like any
Fox.
probability you
I thought
run,
you said fox. I was like, are you
No,
hacking a living animal and ejecting them? Like, what the hell?
yes, he's doing the humane thing, of course, like all of us do.
We got the
And
Void
when
Hawk,
we
though,
do
for
our
the-
space experiments, we sacrifice animals first. Yeah.
I was so confused. I thought you said fox twice, and I was like, what the hell is he doing?
No.
So if I try to run an algorithm to see if I can like find a trajectory to launch the box to make it to the station, do
Absolutely.
I come up
Make
with
a piloting
basically no?
intelligence check. You
Okay.
need a 10 plus.
You know, maybe we send a little Void Hawk out here to help scout the area.
That's a perfect plan. Can we
Whatever.
get some scans on these wrecks here?
You
and see
have
what
a
destroyed them?
99.99% chance of dying futilely if you attempt this.
Yeah.
Your box will be destroyed. It will be instantaneous, and you will gather no data in its destruction.
Okay, I'm gonna just start mapping them,
Okay.
mapping the storms out.
Do you want to
While
send
I
the
have this
Void Hawk
conversation-
in there?
Can we get some scans on these like wrecks that we've got around us too? Like,
Sure.
I mean, I kind of want to steal his Void Hawk, but I don't want to steal his property.
Oh, I was asking Van-Vee if he wanted to pilot the Void Hawk in there.
oh yeah.
Yeah, I think I would try to get a better.
Okay.
At least send it out,
So
try to
let me
scan
be
the
clear
area to
here.
find a safe path.
I know that you just filled a shit ton of piloting roles in a row. But I want to remind you, you actually are one of the best pilots in the whole sector. So
are the
unlike
only reason we
Minerva,
live.
you don't have to roll to get through this. You've already gotten through a lot worse stuff than this. You can make it, you can take the whole ship through there. Anybody
That makes
else
me-
would need to roll. Anyone that wasn't Jace and yourself.
That
It's
makes me
rough.
feel better
It's
when
tough.
Minerva fails with a 2 and a 1, barely.
Wow.
Did I roll a 2 and a 1? There's no.
Yeah.
Unbelievable.
I was like,
Yeah.
where'd all your bonuses come from? Jesus.
Well, it was an intellect roll, and I am +3 piloting.
Right.
Okay. You're running scans. Some of these ships are good to go and would require a pilot. Many of these ships have been turned into living tombs. Like, there's easily 200 plus ships out here, and probably like 50 plus have organic matter that has been entombed on them. Others are simply, they had the same thing happen that you had. Like, they completed the jump after they had a problem in transit, and when they arrived, all their systems blew up.
Right. They don't look like they were attacked at like, you know,
There doesn't
post
appear to be
entry.
any evidence of people being attacked, like no weapons fire out of these ships.
Do we have to do our official exchange of flight? We claim this too.
You want to, if you want to launch the beacon, Iona has it ready to go.
Is now the time? I don't know. Should we investigate the station first?
So yeah, well,
I
Iona
hit
just
the launch
says,
button.
Captain, I just
I
want
have
to
no
know if you
fear.
hit the launch button. So Iona says, Captain, I want to remind you that your agreement with an organization is that they would like to get first right of refusal on purchasing this. I believe that we can make a case that since you've arrived here and the two suns are in orbit of each other, that your control also extends to the other star system. The one that these anthropomorphic, adorable creatures in the faces of horrible half-men.
Gotcha. Well, you know, I'm certainly not going to make an attempt to completely, you know, co-opt all of that, but we'll see what works out from Fanana's perspective and ours, I guess.
So there's
Main goal
certainly
is to
a
just get
lot
credit.
of wrecks out here, and this is a salvaging ship.
That's right.
It can't currently salvage anything. all of its salvaging equipment is damaged, but if we survive, you could come back here and essentially start your own navy, the largest navy in existence.
Yeah.
That's worth a lot to a lot of people.
It sure is, which means we're gonna have to survive the next little while to make any use of it. That's for sure.
I'd like to send just a text message to Van-Vee asking if he could maneuver a transmitter to the station. I think I can power up the station with my credentials, but I need you to get a transmitter there for me to use.
I can get us closer. What kind of transmitters we got on board? Where do you want me to launch, I guess?
Your drone would do.
My Void Hawk?
I love how we
Right,
thought
it's-
this thing was never going to get used, and now this episode we're throwing it out of damn airlock.
Yeah, right.
Well, I suppose let me get close enough to. I mean, we're going that way, anyways, right, Captain? And then he realizing that this is private, and then he just says out loud, "We're going that way, anyways, right, Captain?"
I've been mapping the storms
At
and
the end goal.
considering the situation that the Goose is in right now. If you send the Void Hawk, I can try to get the station powered up while you figure out what's going on with these creatures. And there's a very creatures in the way that Minerva is typing this.
Oh, Minerva's got judginess.
She
Remember,
sends it in
Minerva's
Calibri with italics.
yeah. Remember, Minerva's been very much about protect humanity. Humanity first. Humanity is holy. These are not human. You can tell Minerva feels a bit differently about them.
Well, I mean, if we're going to the station anyways, why don't I just stop bringing us there, right? That's the plan. I think that's the plan. I'm just gonna start going. Well,
Yeah,
I'm not. The fearlessness is still there, but also starting to withdraw. I'm not scared of this. We're just gonna go.
No,
I'm also tired.
The fearlessness from your drug high ended days ago. That was 6 days ago.
Yeah.
Oh, so I guess when did I take
You're
the
deep
second
in the
one?
left
I thought I took
artery.
the second one at day 6.
Yes,
No? I
and
don't
then
know
it
how
took another
works.
6 days to arrive.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm on the opposite end of the
Yeah, it's
spectrum.
August 9th now.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's been a long time.
Well, all right, yeah. Anything that gets me closer to a warm bed, I suppose.
As the Golden Goose touches down on the station's automated docking clamps start several times and stop along the way. When they fully make contact, whoever is in the computer system, which I'm assuming is Minerva and Iono, but anyone else is there, the station repeatedly attempts to ask for the crew manifest, like who's on board. Do you allow it to access that information?
Yes.
Okay. It sends a download to you of a virtual intelligence program.
Okay. I will open it up in the Mindscape so I can keep it in its own little box.
Okay. It looks like a young blonde woman, Caucasian skin, blue eyes, wearing a mandate naval uniform with lieutenant's bars. It says, "Hello, Dr. Y'all." I'm sorry, you're not Dr. Y'all.
I am not. I am Minerva.
Okay, can I speak with Dr. Y'all, please? We need to activate him for immediate service.
That may not work out exactly the way you wish for it to.
I am a virtual intelligence program dedicated to the preservation of Mandate Society, and you are interfering with my business. I need to speak with Dr. Y'all, please.
I can connect you with the
Get
body
access
that
to
you
the station.
Yeah, I will connect you with the body that you are identifying incorrectly so that you may make your own assessment. And there's a call waiting thing for Van-Vee.
Yes, Minerva.
Dr. Y'all Vantis?
That's my Who's this?
This is the station's virtual intelligence emergency reserve program.
At this moment, can I reach out with my link, see if I contact anything?
So this thing is not on the station; it's on your ship right now. They they downloaded a program to you because, again, the station is stuck in continuously reboot mode.
Oh, that's fair. You said that,
Yep.
yeah. Well, I have the DNA of y'all Vantis, but
Okay.
I go by
Sir,
a
I
different
need you
name.
to raise your right hand and repeat after me. You are being activated as a emergency mandate naval reserve intelligence officer.
What is it I have to do? As he's like just doing what he's being told.
Yep, that is how we end the episode right there, with Dr. Yal Ventus being inducted into the Mandate Navy as a temporary veterinary officer.
Goodness. To think I thought we were coming here for your two's backstory. The first thing that happens is someone wants to talk to me.
I
No,
want
this
to
is
remind
perfect.
you that there are numerous ways for all of you to stumble on your storylines. And I thought this was going to be how you learned that you were Dr. Yal Ventus. That's how I thought it was
This would
going
be
to
a
go
good way.
down.
Instead, we found that other that down ship.
Yeah.
What ship was that?
There
With
were
it-
there are many ways to get to this, and I thought that you would go to the one that Ludemann, the captain of the ship, would take you to. I thought surely this would be the first one.
That's funny.
So it's so
But you know how
weird
hard it
that
was
there's
to get
a
here.
message in Latin, a Imago Dei ship parked here, and someone that knows that you're Dr. Vantis at a Psionic Academy. It's so crazy that all of that's in one location. So weird. Hey, welcome to the main story, guys. You finished all of your side quests. It's
Prologue is
episode
done.
38. The show's nearly over. You
We finished the
finally
prologue.
reached step 2 of the first quest.
Yay.
It's that moment where they're like, "Hey, you should go kill a dragon," and you never go there.
I'm so tired. It's
It's
taken
a
forever to
dragon.
get here. It's incredible, though. So, a lot happened this episode. A lot is going on. And there's something drawing each of you to a different location. But hey, Quentin, guess what? You found the Psionic Academy.
I did it.
You get 10 experience points.
Amazing.
Ace.
I still have not gotten level 10.
Hey, Minerva, you got
Yeah.
enough resources to become a multi-system organization. You get 10 XP.
Oh, okay.
They did it. They built a base on Lita.
Quentin and
Thank you.
Minerva, you both get 1 XP for your short-term goal.
Ooh.
And all of you get 1 XP for making the fated jump. Van-Vee, I'm afraid
One
you didn't do anything for your short or long-term
Nope.
goals.
one away from my level 10.
You know,
What an episode. What an episode. 75% of it was just blowing up.
Yeah. Sacrifice your resources.
so
Drugs for the win. Without the drugs, we would have gotten here.
There's a whole big station here, and I need more processing power to level up.
Damn, that's crazy, dude. That's crazy.
That's almost like it's
So weird.
could be
And there's
terrible.
a whole Imago Dei cruiser fully equipped with a level 6 spike drive and all the standards.
It's so
Everything
easy
we
to get
need
back.
Crazy.
to go
So
conquer
crazy.
save people.
Yeah, see,
You can-
here's what I'm concerned about, right? Like Minerva, I guess I mean I don't know. I'm not going to see those cards, but in succeeding in that save, I know that I'm supposed to want to be there, and I know that I'm an infiltrator. That doesn't mean I don't
No,
want
you
to
were
be in there.
hey, you were programmed to be an infiltrator. That's not who you are if you don't want to be that person. Let me just be very clear about that. But you feel an affinity for the ship. It's close enough to the ship that you already know that you feel an affinity for it. But again, that affinity has been programmed into you by your creator.
I don't know if like continuing to go along with that want to be there is good or bad, part of somebody else's devious plan or not, but Minerva still wants to be there.
In the epilogue, in the darkness of Quentin's mind, everyone else is having a ball. You're landing on this Psionic Academy. Maybe you'll finally get those answers. And you turn and you look out past the multiple waves of debris out into the center of those two suns. And you think you see a small black orb. And you hear Penelope in your mind when you look at it.
Oh boy.
And that is where we're going to end this episode. Really, really. I just want to say thank you to the cast, Sailing Master Otto, First Officer Volk, Dr. Cybris, and Security Chief Bosco aboard the RVS Shamu for joining us for this episode as well. Congratulations to them on completing the second of their 5-year mission. It's Peaceful Explorers. Running
Wonderful.
across live mandate humans with technology, probably going to be a big thing in their log. Going to get a medal just for that one. The genetic code of a capybara, big news for them.
Priceless.
Capybara Maximus. I really thought you said, "Can I eject the fox?" And I was like, how the fuck are you going to hack a living...
You're going to do what?
Hack the Manta ship and just start
Celebrations.
It's this is gonna be interesting. I like how they already did their whole like thinking computers. Ha! While Minerva's looking to take over a fleet, and Minerva's very. I figured with the way that they had the memory sequence of the saving the settlers from the invading alien species and whatnot, it seemed like a pretty easy sell that Minerva subscribes hard to humanity. Fuck yeah! So. This will be interesting.
Yeah. We're going to have to protect the furry creatures from Minerva.
Protect the furs. I'm just imagining like Van-Vee's just ending a tripping session and he sees just the Discovery Channel talking to him.
What is this?
Like what? What?
These guys were in the character creation doc, just to be clear. The planet Alcatel.
Yeah. I vaguely remember
But
this.
when no one's selected to be anywhere from there, I was like, okay, they're going to be from the Gemini cluster, and no one's going to, like, no one's heard from them in hundreds of years. We're going to make that a whole plot point.
It's fun. I like the generation ship. Manta Ray thing. It's beautiful.
Shamu, yeah, she chose this life.
I think it's
She
funny
also
Minerva's actually
has the
What does
Better.
Shamu eat? You know, like what? I'm curious. The ecology
space krill.
of space manta.
You know, no one asks what the fucking space whales from Star Wars eat when they go on a multi-year journey through light speed.
I
But you
asked.
put one space whale in your game. Does anyone ask what overlords eat in StarCraft? I don't think so.
Vespine gas.
That is true. That actually is what they eat.
We require more Vespine gas.
He knows it. He knows how it goes.
Yeah.
More overlords
I
required.
look
think
forward to
it's-
finding out more.
I think it's hilarious.
Not enough
Minerva actually has
overlords.
better piloting roles than Van-Vee. Like your stats are actually better than mine for it.
Yeah, but you're an expert, and I'm not.
Yeah, your intelligence is through the roof.
That does help.
I mean, I spend that point, and I'm +3 modifier on intelligence rolls. I figured with the
Quentin has
idea
very
of-
few useful skills, so
But
it's all
yeah.
up to you two.
I mean, the ship, Minerva wants to be a ship, believes it is supposed to be a ship, wants to continue to be a ship.
Somehow your
It's
charisma
statted-
just
It's
after this
stated to be a
episode.
ship.
I think what I really like about this is that Quentin and Van-Vee are going to go into the facility, and Minerva's going to walk over to the cruiser. Like, no matter what I do, this party is going to split up.
split.
I mean, Minerva wants to
Gonna give me
see.
a sunblade.
I mean, Minerva wants to know why a mandate station is sending an Imago Dei signal.
That's a
Because
great
mandate
question.
Navy and the Imago Dei, as far as MINERVA maybe does, maybe doesn't remember, were two completely separate entities.
That's true. But there's an Imago Day cruiser parked right here.
Yep.
Yeah. I want to know about the mystery of these 5 Ronin robots that we've seen.
In prequel episodes. You
Yeah,
think that they're
flashes
here?
of.
You think that they're here just because I said that they were here in the prequels? You think they're still alive, waiting for
I
you,
don't know.
sending a signal in
I will
Latin,
find their
begging
remains,
someone
maybe.
to save them? Is
Sad
that what you
Justice
think?
Squad.
You think they're like
I
a
look forward to
batch,
finding
like
out next time.
a batch that's in trouble, like some sort of bad batch or something?
Could be. Could be.
Where one of them goes evil, then goes good again.
Sort of busted bunch, maybe.
A busted bunch.
There's also so much potential here for the party to eat itself alive, which is going to be interesting.
Power corrupts.
Power overwhelming.
Probably the next time we play Ludemann, we're going to have to talk about your character,
Oh, cool.
whether you want to make a big change or not.
All right.
I really thought the way the rolls were going earlier that you're like, okay, if you fail this jump twice,
I
campaign's
thought
over.
you guys were going to die. I'll be honest. There were
It seemed
I didn't at first, but your
plausible.
rolls became so stinky. I was like, that's it. They're dead. That's it.
this is the moment.
Dunamis is just going to keep throwing some hot fucking ones, and they're just going to die. They're going to run out of money, or they're just going to explode.
The key was to not let Dunamis do the follow-up 3D6.
That's true. I did say immediately was like, let's get someone else in here.
That was the only
Out of-
downfall. Otherwise, we would have been fine.
Out of
It would've been
9 rolls on the Fallout 3d6 3 times, I had 6 ones.
Yeah,
it
man.
was.
It's some stinky rolls today. I don't know what to, I don't
Diplomats not
believe in
helping you
dice
there.
superstitions, but at some point I had to make an executive call.
I'm telling
Someone
you,
else
I
had to make
was.
these rolls.
I'm telling you, I was
Get
so
Van-Vee
good
off the roulette table.
in the Fallout RPG because low numbers are good in that.
Yeah, you were really good.
Every other system they want you to roll high, and I suck.
It's like, all right, go ahead, roll your pilot dice.
You gotta
Half of
reverse the
them are
polarity
ones.
on that
You
one.
critically succeed.
Oh man, just I do like rolling the extremes though. Makes things exciting.
Oh, it's fun. Yeah. I'm glad that we got to do an actual navigation roll and face some
Your-
consequences.
There have been situations through this campaign where your terrible rolling has been very entertaining story-wise. So
Certainly have.
Today was not one of them.
I mean, even like I don't know, makes me think back to your campaign, Kain, where we had to I don't know, we basically had to create the medicine, and we succeeded.
yeah.
We finished. And you were like, no, both you have to roll. It can't just be one of you. I was like, please don't make me roll. I'm like, no, you have to roll. And I rolled, and I critically failed, which brought the success back. And we had to keep going.
It's one of those cases of like one person going, I think I have it. You backed into them and they dropped the vial and it's all over the floor and ruined now.
That happened on this show.
Yeah, I've done it many a times.
When you blew up was it Miranda, the Miranda warfare program? Your humongous failure caused MINERVA to have that blow up. It actually wasn't even a failure. You got a huge number of successes. You were just
Yeah.
like, that one's not important.
I didn't
to
pick
me.
that one. Yeah, I picked the boat instead.
I love the
Actually,
idea that the boat is in the gravitational
It's mint.
field of the Hosta right now. Like it's caught in the gravity wave and is following it into deep space.
Oh, it's
And
like
when
in
the
Void
Hosta
we might
turns
get it
around,
again.
it just slingshots out forever.
It's like it's Void Crew
Jace
where you have
doesn't
to
find it
cycle.
randomly?
You have to cycle the gravity thing.
Man, I can't wait to play Void Crew again in December.
Yeah,
I'm looking forward to it.
I am yet to play since
added,
you can create your own ship thing.
they did. They added a blank ship with a bunch of crates in it.
Well.
I think you were the only one that was
fun.
close enough to being high enough level to get it, though.
That's okay. We could just let
I
Cade
am.
make it. The rest of us.
for sure.
It's his
We'll mooch.
world. We just live on it.
We'll mooch.
I just show up and shoot things occasionally.
I am almost max level.
Or get
in that
lost.
game.
Oh my god, this guy.
I just pilot and screw everything up. Par for the course.
But now
Are
can
we
start
good
with
for
shield
next week?
triggers. I am.
Yes.
Okay. There's a lot of
Think so.
backstories and a lot of mysteries. I know you think that we've gotten through all of the weird shit in all of your pasts, but for sure MINERVA and probably all of you are going to have some real wake-up calls on this station, so you better be prepared for jaw-dropping excitement. We gotta have something positive after today's episode. Audience is going to
The
sleep
slog.
after this one. Also, because of the drug use, I can't monetize this on YouTube.
So what I'm hearing is the show will just keep going right through June, probably into July.
Please, Judamus, please, no. It has to end at some point.
I thought it was
We're
going to
going
end
to
today
keep
numerous
playing it
times.
until the actual August of 3200.
Oh my goodness.
Right.
The
So
scream occurs. It's
do-
AP. No more.
do we
Stop
as a
rolling
party
fucking ones.
think we're going to meet those Imago Dei, or my maker, or both?
I'm hoping you meet your maker. That's what I
So
think that'll.
what I'm really scared about is that the worst case scenario in my mind is we do meet my maker, and my maker has an overwrite code, and I become immediately hostile to the party. That is my worst nightmare.
You
already
already
happened once.
experienced
So
that.
I want to say that actually already happened and you're immune to something like that now. You remember?
But they may not know that.
Yeah.
So you can act
We
it.
already shot you.
The roles where I was playing with the box.
Your first, what was it, armament? Your good one when you lost
The
that.
armature.
Yes.
Yeah.
When I escaped the house.
It's the synth. Yeah.
It'll be interesting though.
The whole time, the past few weeks that we've been planning to make this jump, that has been my biggest fear.
I'm nervous about how they
just want to
use
be
your
very
breaks
clear,
against
as a
you.
game master in and out of character. It's a fear that you don't have because you already nailed like a 16 to lock them out permanently. There is no getting around that. You are a superior programmer to the person who made you.
Okay.
You are better than them at the thing you were built to be good at, programming and flying, and you're better than them at both of those things, and you programmed your way out of their control. That,
You get
just to be very clear, now this part is out of character. To be very clear, there was a infiltration version of MINERVA that was watching, waiting, sending back information occasionally. And that part that your creator had control of, you ejected it. You fully ejected it. It went somewhere when you sent it out. But your chassis, your core, your spirit is completely pure and free. There's no backdoors. I'm not going to pull any shit like that on you. I already pulled that shit on you and you totally fucking whacked it like a mafia boss, okay?
Okay.
boy, does that sound like you ejected dust and it's out there somewhere.
No.
I mean, I'm hoping it means that when that other armature exploded, that specific program tagged with it, but who knows? We didn't keep track of that. We didn't check
It
that.
split its phylactery just before
Yeah.
you.
I mean, it didn't have the chance to do
No
that.
cards to see there.
I have something I want to say, but I'm going to save that reveal for later. It's going to be really funny for me. It's going to be really bad for you guys.
Can't wait.
We make it through all of this, we jump back hoping we're going to get an epilogue, and the infiltrator downloaded into another computer has been pretending to be a full MINERVA and has made us enemies of everyone.
My immediate reaction when we got to the space station was, shit, we need to find drugs. Then I heard this Spike 6 drive and I was like, never mind, we're good.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
it's the Imago Day ships are really gross.
We have like 100 working ships available to us too. On top of it,
Yeah, that'll be a conversation between the characters about this fleet.
At one point, I was waiting for Quentin to be like, all right, now I just need to figure out how to get all of Lita here. Not just the people, but like the whole planet. Just take the planet and just bring it here.
You take the whole plate, put a bunch of tow cables on the planet, pull it out of orbit.
I see like the fleet of the Golden Goose has just appeared.
I find a V,
I
of
understand
course.
now. You are the Stellaris endgame crisis.
Yeah.
Psionic fleet captains begin invading from an unknown location.
All right, did you dare to nuke our world?
The nuking of Lita would have taken place before the game. If it was a Stellaris endgame crisis, it would be like, remember us? We're from the distant past. We're the psionic humans that you nuked. And now
Your
we're
time
back.
is nigh.
Now you're making me worry that there's a whole military fleet out here, and you guys are like, we're going to need to talk about what we're going to do.
Take this fleet, give it to the Golden Goose LLC, and then hire the Psionic Assassins. We're good.
Yeah.
Nothing can touch us ever again.
Golden Goose.
Okay. I'm going to call it here, guys.
We're not recording and broadcasting, right?
We're still broadcasting. Yeah, we're still talking. But now we're not. Now I'm about to go off.
Okay.
Now we're going off. Audience at home, we're not here anymore.